It's my podcast. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to my podcast. It's Trey's podcast. Welcome to my podcast. Hello, good people. My name is Trey Burney today, and I want to welcome you guys to my podcast. The name of my podcast is Solving the Challenge of High Cost and Robotic Surgical Instrument Repair. So, welcome to another episode of Surgical Instruments Unveiled, where we delve deep into the world of surgical instrumentation. Today, we're focusing on a critical issue: the high costs associated with repairing robotic surgical instruments. And from my past experience and just learning about robotic instruments and trying to what I'm looking for, trying to get a better understanding on the high cost of it. Like, why is it so high for these instruments to be repaired and stuff like that? So I want to give you guys a little bit of an overview of the robotic surgery. Robotic surgery has revolutionized the medical field, offering precision and minimally invasive procedures. However, these advancements come with a significant financial burden, especially when it comes to maintaining and repairing the intricate instruments involved. And it's especially high. Trying to repair a robotic instrument, guys, is super expensive. Hospitals and healthcare facilities face substantial costs in maintaining their robotic systems, often due to specialized nature of the instruments and limited options for repair. So basically, they're very specialized instruments, so it's hard to get the parts. And plus the parts are limited. So you can't buy something that's not there, if you guys know what I mean. One of the challenges I noticed that most hospitals face and healthcare facilities face is specialized expertise. And that's repairing robotic instruments requires highly specialized knowledge and skills which can be sacred and expensive to acquire. So you have to have the right people in place to know how to fix these robotical instruments as well. So you just can't find anybody off the street to do these type of things unless you want poor work, or you want something slapped together, and you're gonna have a lawsuit come back up on you if you don't get the right people who specialize to do these certain things. The second challenge that I noticed that affects hospitals and healthcare facilities is the cost of the parts. The components and parts used in robotic instruments are often expensive and driving up repair costs. So like I said before earlier, in this, robotic instruments and parts are expensive, guys. They are very expensive. It's very expensive. It's hard to find a robotic instrument that isn't expensive. You're not gonna find one because you need these things to do with specialized surgeries, dealing with certain places and certain things to get to in the human body. So you have to have these instruments around and available, because you never know what you're going to face in the medical field. You never know what you're going to face when a patient comes in. So you want to be prepared with all the instruments, and you want all your instruments up to date, and you want them all working properly, because you don't want no misfunctions in the field. When you're in the field, you want all your instruments to work fine. A third challenge that I noticed is downtime. When a robotic instrument requires repair, it could lead to downtime in the operating room, impacting patient schedules and hospital efficiency. So just as much as it costs for these instruments to get fixed, it has downtime as well. So you have to think about all that. All that plays a role when it comes to dealing with patients. Like I said before, you dealing with patient schedules and hospital efficiency. You want to be efficient, but you can't be efficient if the instrument you need is being repaired and it has downtime. It's gonna take 2 to 3 weeks to repair, and you have a patient who needs this instrument immediately. So them are 3 challenges that hospital and healthcare facilities face when dealing with these things, or rather dealing with robotic instruments. So I have a couple proposed solutions that I've come up with personally that I think will help the healthcare facilities out and the hospitals as well. I feel like they should have in-house repair facilities. Established in-house repair facilities can significantly reduce costs over outsourcing repairs to third-party vendors. Hospitals like Johns Hopkins have successfully implemented this approach, leveraging their engineering and medical expertise to handle repairs internally. Like, that's a great solution. Why would you pay more for a third party to fix your robotic instruments when you can build a in-house facility and hire people that's there on the spot? I feel like that would cut down the cost. That would cut down downtime. Also, I feel like it would cut down just on those two, just the cost and downtime, because you have the in-house repair facility there. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to ship this robotic instrument part off to another place or region, and then it takes 2 weeks to ship. Even with it takes 2 weeks to get done, or 3 weeks, and you have a patient that really seriously needs this. So I definitely agree with the in-house repair facility, and that's one of my proposed solutions as well. Like, John Hopkins has robotics repair program has not only reduced costs but also improved turnaround time, ensuring their surgical robots remain operational with minimum downtime. And that's what you always want, because you want to be efficient. You want to have what the patient needs. You want to have everything there. You don't want to have to tell your patient who's sick that, oh, can you please hold off, or we have to refer you somewhere else because this robotic instrument that we need to work on you is getting repaired, and the downtime of it is going to be long. So in-house repair facilities is one solution. My second solution that I came up with is standardization and modular design. Promoting standardization and robotic instruments and adopting modular designs can simplify repairs. Companies like Intuitive Surgical are starting to incorporate modular components that can be easily swapped out, repaired, reducing overall repair costs. That's great. Anything that can help us save money in the hospital or the healthcare facility, that's great. That's what we want. We want to have simple repairs. Ways we can simplify the repairs is what I mean by that. So with that company doing that, they've saved so much money just by simply adopting modular designs to simplify it. Like, and it doesn't sound easy right at back. Of course, it's going to take a little time, but if you could simplify these repairs and adopt the modular designs for it, it will always be easier. So therefore, you will reduce cost. You will reduce downtime. Everything's reduced. So I feel like that's great. I feel like that's a great piece of knowledge right there to help benefit as well. I hope you guys are following me. Like, just bear with me. I hope you guys are following me. My third solution, I think that will help: collaboration and knowledge sharing. Whenever you collab with somebody and share knowledge, I always tell people, two brains or three is always better than one. More than one brain is always better. Whenever you have a team of people that's working towards the same goal as you, and you all trying to use your resources together, it always turns out great. It always turns great out for everybody, because we are putting in together. We are sharing ideas. We are coming with different angles and different approaches of the situation. Encouraging collaboration between hospital and manufacturers and academic institutions can foster innovation in repair techniques and reduce costs through shared resources and best practices. So basically, what I'm saying by that is, if hospitals, manufacturers, and academic institutions can all get on one page with learning the robotic instruments and preparing people in school to learn how to fix these instruments, and we all can work together, and all with the manufacturers and the hospitals all coming, it just makes the hospital and the healthcare facilities run so much smoother, because everybody will be on the same page. We will all know these things. We will all be very well aware, and it won't be a first time seeing it, if you know what I mean by that. Like, you have been had prehistory of doing it, because we've all collabed together. It's not a first time hearing it. It's not a first time here. So it's easier for things to go smoother when you hear it before and you've already been prepared for it. And that's the main thing that we want to be. We always want to be prepared. And I always have a saying like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And I live by that. And I feel like if the hospitals implement these things right here, then they would stay ready for with the robotic instruments. Because like I said, we don't want downtime. We want to cut costs. We want to save as much money as we can for our hospital with these robotic repairs, because at the end of the year, it can add up. It adds up a lot to a great amount of number. And I have an example for you guys. The Association for the Advancement of Medical Instrumentation hosts forums and workshops where industry leaders share insights and advancements in surgical instrument repair. So I feel like them workshops are great because they're offering help. They're sharing insights. They're showing us how to be better, how we can learn to fix these things better and quicker and more efficient. That way we can have them back out there just as fast as they are being broke. We can fix them just as fast. And we'll have the people on our team and on board with the knowledge and prepared to fix these robotical instruments. I feel like, though, that these are great points to help hospitals. Them are great solutions. And I feel like they will benefit all hospitals and healthcare facilities if they follow those three things. And I want to go over them again. Collaboration and knowledge sharing. Collaborating between hospital manufacturers and academic institutions. Standardization and modular design. And lastly, in-house repair facilities. Those three things will help with this, are great solutions, I feel like, when it comes to robotic instruments. In conclusion, while the challenge of high repair costs for robotic surgical instruments is significant, there are valuable solutions that hospitals can implement to help lower these costs by investing in in-house repair capabilities, promoting standardization in instrument design, and fostering collaboration within the industry. Hospitals can achieve cost savings without compromising on patient care. And we never want to compromise patient care. Like I said before earlier, I prefer to stay ready because I don't have to get ready. We want to be able to help our patient. We don't want our patient to have to wait. We don't want to have to send our patient to another hospital. We want to be able to provide every service that our patient needs while also saving money at the same time. So we always want to keep that in mind, being able to help and be efficient as we can while saving money at the same time as well. And a few takeaways for my listeners: assesses internal capabilities. Consider whether establishing or enhancing in-house repair capabilities for robotic instruments is feasible for your institution. So just think about it. Would this help your institution? Would it cost your institution more? Just a little question you ask yourself. Advocate for standardization. Encourage manufacturers to adopt modular designs and standardized parts to simplify repairs. Please push that, guys. Push that. Because if they standardize the parts and simplify repairs and reduce costs, it's easier for us to do. It's easier. That way we're benefiting. We know how the parts aren't hard to come by. They're more simple to get to. And it's easier to repair. So we're reducing costs while being easier to repair and having compatible pieces to fit the instrument as well, and simplify it down to fit the instrument as well. Lastly, join industry networks. Engage with industry associations and networks to stay informed about advancements in surgical instrument repair. And you always want to stay with the curve and get ahead, because every day they're coming out with new different things to help robotic instruments be better. So I join the networks, read them, read articles, stay ahead, go to the seminars, go to the workshops, because they help. These things will help your hospital reduce costs and be more efficient for your patient as well. I just want you guys to think about these things and just go back and listen to what I said on my proposed solutions as well. And just understand that collectively this can help your institution a whole lot. I want to thank you guys for joining us on the Surgical Instruments Unveiled. Stay tuned for our next episode where we explore another fascinating aspect of surgical instrumentation. Remember, knowledge is the sharpest tool in the operating room. Thank you guys. It's Trey's podcast. It's Trey's podcast. Here we go. It's Trey's podcast. It's Trey's podcast. It's Trey's podcast. Here we go one more time. It's Trey's podcast. It's Trey's podcast. It's Trey's podcast. And I want you good people to share my information, share my knowledge with people. When I learn, you learn. And what I know, I will teach you guys. Continue to bear with me, and please hit the subscribe button down there at the bottom. And thank you for joining me on another day. Have a good day, guys.